Hello everybody. Oh, the camera is here. I still want to look that way. It's difficult for me. It's been a while since we've been here. Hello, welcome. A most awaited live stream for me. Surprise live stream. I didn't exactly know when I wanted to do it. I just took a shower and I was like, you know what, it's Sunday. Attack on Titan is debuting today. Part 2. Let's do the stream today. So because because it's just done that way, I've not prepared anything. I've not prepared any notes. I've not prepared any character tier list. I'm gonna save my final character tier list, for when all of the anime is done, for when season 4 part 2 is done. Hello, Prasanna. Welcome. Hey, you have a K in your name. That's cool. Yes, I'm ready. I'm excited. I won't start watching the show today, obviously. I'm most probably gonna start mid next week, maybe after Wednesday or something like that. Or maybe I'll wait for the weekend because I kind of have a busy schedule at the moment. But I'm so pumped up. So today we are gonna address some things. Attack on Titan is a very controversial show, I do not recall having ever seen a more controversial movie, TV show, whatever, series, work of fiction. Mostly about the characters, really. So we're gonna address some things because I know that in the comment section there are some things that I said that were misunderstood. There are some things that I said that pissed some people off. We're gonna address it. Obviously, if you have any questions, please feel free to do so. Spoilers, we can talk about everything now, except manga spoilers. No manga spoilers whatsoever, but I think that's kind of obvious. But yeah, apart from that, we're going to discuss about everything. Always be respectful, of people in the comments, in the chat, of myself. Hello, welcome to the stream. Hello to Japan. Bye, Japanese friends. I know it's quite late. Had I maybe prepared myself, I would have started the live stream maybe a couple of hours ago. It's close to midnight in Japan, isn't it? So welcome. Hello, Macho Mata. Where to watch it? Personally, I'm gonna watch it on Crunchyroll. On Crunchyroll, you can see it there. So, yeah. So I don't know. Should we wait a little bit? Maybe some other people are gonna show up, or not. I don't know. Maybe nobody's gonna show up. It's not like I advertised that I was going to be live. Maybe I'm going to stall a little bit, waiting for more people to come in, and then we're going to start discussing about the show. We're going to discuss about several things regarding the show. We're going to discuss about the writing on the show in itself, because I have things to say about it. The character depiction, how characters are portrayed, how they are treated, and then the nature of the show, the nature of the characters and everything. And what's going on, really. Prasanna, you're from Australia. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's a bit late, sorry for that. Maybe for the next stream I'm gonna try to do it earlier. I don't know, I never know exactly when it's more convenient for people to show up on streams. I don't know if it's more convenient in the morning or early afternoon or in the evening. I don't know exactly, so apologies. Do you need to pay much? Well, there are ways that you can use not to pay, I suppose, to watch the show. But on Crunchyroll, yeah, you have to pay on the platform. Yeah, actually, here in France, it's 3:20 in the afternoon. So yeah, maybe I should have streamed a little earlier. I don't know. So yeah, I started reading all of the comments on, well, I say all of the comments. I started reading the comments under my videos of Attack on Titan. I can't read them all because there's an awful lot of them. But I do try to read them all, and I try to reply to at least the most interesting ones, because there's some of them that are. So I try to pay attention as much as I can to all of the comments that are popping, but you know, apart from Attack on Titan, there are also comments on other videos that are coming, so it's a lot. But I'm trying, you know, to catch up on what you guys had to say about the show, because obviously it's peculiar reacting to a show like Attack on Titan, because you, as much as this is supposed to be a sharing experience, you know, all of that reaction thing, in order to avoid spoilers, I must stay away from you guys because some people are spoiling stuff. So I have to stay away from you guys, which is the kind of paradox of that whole reaction thing. But now that I'm all caught up, it's all fine, and we can discuss about anything and everything. A peculiar thing, there's a lot of comments on YouTube. A lot of comments on YouTube that are popping on the channel, and I can't reply to all of them, and I can't entertain really a discussion, you know, with you guys. So if you guys have anything you want to specifically discuss with me regarding a show, regarding YouTube, or anything, pop up on the Discord server. The link is in the description, I believe. Come on the Discord server, send me a message, you know, or in one of the channels, talk with people if you have something more to say. If you want to know a bit more about what I have to say, or you know, anything, I will definitely reply more easily on Discord than on the YouTube comment sections. So yeah, so just so you know, so that it is said. Hello now, welcome. I don't understand English, but I always watch Attack on Titan videos. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for being here. I really enjoy it. Even if I don't understand the language, like reactions, I enjoy watching them. But well, you know, you don't need to understand the language to understand what the person is feeling, how they're expressing themselves. So I do too sometimes. I watch other channels in other languages that I'm not necessarily understanding, but you know, for specific scenes, you want to see how people react. After the anime ends, I recommend you read the manga in your own time. It may be an interesting experience to see as I must work its story. I totally agree, Prasanna, and that is absolutely in my what I'd like to do. The problem is I've already kind of browsed a little bit, you know, in the shops, and here in France, you only really find Attack on Titan in French, and I'm puzzled because I think it would be so cool to have the Attack on Titan manga in Japanese, you know, because I'm trying to learn Japanese, and at least I would like to try to learn Japanese because I'm failing at the moment. And it'd be so cool to have the whole manga in Japanese. So yeah, I'm still pondering the thing, but I'm definitely going to read them at some point. Welcome to all of my Japanese friends. Welcome. That's very nice to see you guys. I didn't know if any Japanese fellows were going to show up today because, yeah, like I said, I know it's pretty late in Japan and it's Sunday night. Tomorrow it's Monday. People are going back to work, so people may not be sticking around for a long time, but it's nice to see you. You're waiting in front of the TV. Yeah, 40 minutes left. Yeah. So the stream isn't going to be that long, I believe, because I suppose people are going to go and watch it if they can live. I'm not going to, for obvious reasons, but yeah. Porco! Porco. When it's out UK time, is it 8? I'm not sure I understand your question, Mr. Randy. Are you asking when the season 4 part 2 premieres in the UK. I don't know. I have no idea at all. I don't know if it's the same everywhere or not. Please tell me your favorite Japanese. My favorite Japanese, what now? My favorite Japanese movie, anime. Early in when I started reacting Kimi no Nawa, you know, that movie was fantastic. Best movie I've seen of the year. Most, hands down, most best movie I've seen. I'm glad I didn't watch it before, and I'm pissed at myself as well that I didn't watch it before. But I watched it this year. Best movie I've seen this year. Just so you know, in February, most probably February, I'm going to react to Weathering with You. You guys have been asking it a lot, and I'm going to watch it in February. Oh, it's going to come up on the channel in February. No, I'm going to watch it in February. Maybe it's going to come up in March, something like that. But yeah, I couldn't watch it before because I couldn't find it anywhere, but now I know where to find it. So I'm going to watch it. And yes, I'm going to try to react to maybe one movie a month now, and I'm going to go back to anime movies. Anime and Japanese animation movies that are not necessarily animes as well. Monk Titan is the best Titan. Yeah, the best Titan, yeah. Ahisa, I'm not sure. Welcome. Thank you for being here. So yes, Attack on Titan. I believe there's enough people right now so we can start a discussion about things that I liked, things that I didn't like, things that I thought about the season 4 part 1. First of all, let me say, Attack on Titan is a fantastic show. You know, it's one of the most memorable shows, animes, works of fiction out there, and to me, it's definitely one of these institutions, monumental works of fiction that you, in your life, in the end, you have to come across it. And I'm really glad that I did. It's really a fantastic show. Now, the rumbling. Yeah, we're going to talk about the rumbling. Hi, Jay. Welcome. Now, so first of all, disclaimer, I'm gonna say a lot of things that are highly unpopular opinions. You know, in the show, I've had a lot of unpopular opinions, I feel like, because people have been really angry in the comment section. But I'm gonna stick with them. But I also have popular opinions, I believe. Yeah, I love Rivai. I love Angie, you know. So, unpopular opinion. I think the show has been progressively downgrading writing-wise season after season. First season, fantastic. Well, season 1 had lows and highs and lows, you know. Season 2 was, I'd say season 2 was maybe the best to me. Season 3, then it started to downgrade a little bit. And then season 4 part 1, I'm not a fan of it. I believe you can't see it in my reactions. I'm not a fan of season 4 part 1. And the reason for this is the writing. The way that... So I'm not exactly sure how much, the mangaka had to say in how the anime was portrayed, how it was done. But I find the season 4... writing wise kind of unfit for a final season. I don't know if it's cultural, you know, because we may be doing things differently Western wise than Eastern wise. But to me, a final season should be about resolving character issues, resolving relationships, resolving the plot, and not bringing on... you could bring on more mysteries, you know, but as long as it does not detach the viewer, the audience, from your characters. And I think that season 4 part 1 has done something that I'm not convinced at all by, is the fact that we are detached from Eren. Season 4 part 1, we spend the whole season wondering what is Eren up to, how is Eren feeling, and we are not with him. You know, we see him doing stuff and everything, but we are not with him. We are not with the character. And I believe that for a final season, that is not the thing to do. Besides, plot-wise, the fact that we started with the Marleyans and everything, that was quite interesting, quite new, quite surprising, but that was interesting, and I think that was well done. But then, having to wonder what is actually going on coming on to the final season when there is so much things to do, it feels a little bit rushed to me. It feels a little bit rushed. We're gonna have 15 episodes or so to conclude, and yes, Matteo, part 2, I know. That's why I'm streaming today, and yes, I feel it may becoming a little rushed, for a final season. It's almost like starting this new thing with attacking Marley and the Jägeris and everything. We would need yet another season maybe to wrap this up. It doesn't feel like we are anywhere near a conclusion for the anime. So this is why I've not really enjoyed season 4 part 1 really. So there's that. Thank you very much. Your late movie was good. Mangaka actually was very involved in the final season from what I heard. Okay, so that's great. So at least it's it's faithful to what the mangaka was willing to do. The writing is nice. The problem can't be the direction. Well, this is the problem. This is when it's quite opaque. You never really know what's from the writing, what's from the original work, what's from the adaptation, what's from the direction. I can only tell what I'm seeing, but obviously there's a whole mechanic to that whole things. So I knew that obviously part 2 was coming up today, but I didn't know it was starting in 30 minutes in Japan. So obviously I'm not expecting a lot of Japanese fellows to show up, but it's broadcasting pretty late. How come it's broadcasting that late? Isn't it supposed to be a prime time show? I thought it would be a prime time show. Pacing was definitely a problem in part 1. Yeah, pacing was a problem for me in part 1. I'm not a huge fan of the time jumps this season. Yes, the same. Nice to see you. People, please welcome my wonderful moderator, Braden, here. Nice to see you. Season 4 is the best overall when it will all be complete. Thoughts on Flock's character changed from season 3 to 4. Hi, nice to see you, Sean. I know of you, Sean. I remember your name. Well, the thing is, I'll have to wait and see, my motto on the channel is wait and see before you put any judgment out there. So I can't say that season 4 is the worst season ever. I can't say that the show is badly written or anything. Indeed, I have to see how season 4 completes, but so far I'm not really feeling it, so we're gonna see. Flock is really interesting. He's a really interesting character. I didn't expect him to have such an important role coming on to season 4. But the progression that he has onto season 4 is definitely well aligned with what we've seen of him in season 3, most especially when it came down to, are we going to kill, or are we going to let Erwin die, or are we going to save Armin? It's pretty in line, I have to say. Obviously, there are some things on the way he's portrayed that I find quite cringy, that I didn't quite like. I found a little bit caricatural, but overall the character is in line. Is in line with what we could have expected from him. So I'm fine with him. Finally caught one of your live streams. Yes, I didn't Like I said at the beginning of the stream, it's not. I didn't advertise that I was going to live stream. I just decided it literally 15 minutes before doing it. So yeah, I'm very scared for spoilers as I'm a massive fan, but I want to wait till it's all out so I can pitch it all. I feel you, Max. I feel you, Max. Your opinions are understandable, though. Flock to me represents the voice of the nameless grunt characters. Not only is he the voice of the nameless grunt characters, but I feel like he is the voice of really people who want to take actions, and in that way it may seem to me as a better voice in that regards than Eren, because Flock is actually expressing himself, and while in reality people do not express themselves as much as Flock is, in the show I think it may be quite important to have these sort of characters, because in the show you need to exercise things, you know, you need to make things quite tangible, ostensible, so audiences can live through them. Also, I had the exact same feelings about Part 1 until I rewatched it a couple of times and understood it more. I have a feeling Part 2 will tie it all together properly. So yeah, there's that thing when you watch. So that's okay. So that's the puzzling thing about when you watch a show, write any work of fiction really, and watch any work of fiction really. Are you? Because Attack on Titan is that type of a show that you enjoy obviously more and more the more you rewatch it. But I feel like there should be a base minimum of understanding, and so that you can enjoy the show on the first viewing. Obviously, there are intricate stuff. It's really intricate writing. It's really complex writing, and you need to rewatch it to understand it all. But I feel like you should be able to watch a show on the first go and appreciate it like it should be appreciated, you know. To me, there's a surface layer that should be good enough so you find the series good. If you don't find that a series is good on the first viewing and that you only find it good when you rewatch it, I think that means that the writing has not been done well. I don't know if you see what I mean exactly. The manga was beautiful, the adaptation was kind of poor. Okay, interesting, because I've heard that this had been one of the best adaptation ever, so... who do you want to be friends with in Attack on Titan? I want Angie to be my wife. I know that so here's the thing, I know that in the manga, she's some sort of a non-binary character. It's unclear. I know that the mangaka, I don't want to butcher his name, so I'm going to say the mangaka, sorry, has been really vague regarding Anzi's gender identification. But here I'm going to say my wife, because obviously in the anime she's a woman. So I want Angie to be my wife. I want Levi to be my friend. Who else? Yeah, basically these two. I'm in love with these two. But yeah, there are all sorts of characters. Historia, I love Historia. And there's a whole bunch of other characters, obviously. Is Levi dead? I wonder, because obviously we've seen Zeke, but we've not seen Levi yet. So maybe it's that time to jump out of the cart. I don't know. Attack on Titan to do stuff with time sometimes. The great thing about AOT storytelling, in my opinion, is that it's so cohesive, everything relates to each other and nothing is irrelevant. Yeah, that's why I say it's so intricate and complex. It's because it all makes sense in the end. So yes, so here's the thing about Attack on Titan writing. As much as everything makes sense, I am disapproving most of the time. Let's say 2 out of 5 times I'm disapproving of how things are told. You know, when you're writing a story, there's the story, you know, the real story, how things happen, what things are, and there's the way you tell it. As much as the story okay, here's the thing. As much as the story is cohesive and it's complex and it all makes sense and it's very well done, the storytelling in itself, the very way that the story is told, I'm not so sure it's so well done. In fact, no, I'm sure it's not so well done. So yeah, because there's a lot of times when I'm like, that character depiction, that revelation, it's. Amir Cricket, welcome, nice to see you. Modern classic in best anime form, Attack on Titan. But my potato girl, hey, nice to see you, Slayer. Yes, so the potato girl. So you know, I've never been a big fan of Sasha, just because she's always been quite oblivious to things. Oh no, not oblivious, but. She was, so there's nothing bad with taking things lightly, because I know that in the end, you know, she was taking things seriously, but she's, the humor with the character in itself has always been kind of misplaced to me, so that's why I never really enjoyed her. But obviously when she died, I was like, what that's the thing that Attack on Titan does really well. They make you care about characters, even though you may not even like them. It's like, wow. So yeah, when she died, I was like, what the fuck? So yes, that was. But yeah, I'm just a little sad that she, because of the time jump, you don't get to see how the characters really developed, namely Sasha. But yeah, even Comic Relief die eventually, even if it's death extended by 2 seasons. I want Angie to be my wife. I want Levi to be my husband. Yeah, I couldn't agree less. I couldn't agree more. I think. They're all attractive characters. His story is an angel. Yeah. The plot twist. I'm just a little sad that Historia's not had a better part in season 4 part 1, because she's been such a big deal, you know, in season 2 and in season 3, that coming onto the final season, she's not one of the central characters. She's one of the central characters, sorry, without being at the same time. She's kind of a MacGuffin, you know. So the plot twist after plot twist, which changed the show's face. Plot twists. Okay, so here's the thing. It's in Attack on Titan. The nature of the plot twists are great, but the way they're portrayed, I'm not a big fan all of the time, because maybe I'm going to discuss it later. Uninvolved, unopinionated. Yes, that may be the words. I suppose you're reacting regarding what I said about Sasha. Yeah, that may be. Maybe things to talk about her. Being entertaining on the edge of your seat and keep so much mystery. Yeah, Sasha always felt as a character in the show, but when you think about it, she's a badass hero. They're all badass heroes at the end of the day. They're doing fantastic things. They're doing, they're all of them, without a doubt. Sasha's death, I guess, represented the death of the last bit of innocence in the show, if you catch my meaning. Yes, could be, you're quite right, Prasada, quite right. Sasha came from the genre of the best humans out there. Kind of. Fun fact, Sasha was originally supposed to die back in season 2 when she saved that little girl, but one of the editors was so upset about her death that the mangaka changed it. You mean even in the manga she was supposed to die then, but she didn't? That's interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of stories like that. It's, I say one of the editors was so upset, maybe then that means that they should have done it. Maybe. I don't know. It's, it's that sort of thing when you're writing a show. You do stuff and you know that it's going to upset people and you're like, it's going to upset them. Then maybe I shouldn't do that. Oh, no, maybe because that's going to upset it, maybe I should do it. It's some sort of these questions you have to deal with. It sure was big deal in season 2, 3 than not, because Eren took her specialty. Yeah, that's why. But bummed out by it. Marvel, writing in Japanese. Okay, so I have to open Google Translate. We're gonna do it live, guys. So yes, I was set to learn Japanese this summer. I set out to learn Japanese, and I said that I would love to be able to entertain a conversation, a basic conversation by next summer, but life caught up on me and I won't be able to make it. So, hey, konnichiwa. Thank you for being here. I've lost my Japanese. I learned some Japanese and then I lost it in a couple of months. Bad. But yeah, I should be able to get back to it eventually. That's why I said the death extended by 2 seasons. Okay, get it. Isayama decided to kill her in season 2 and chanted since the editor cried and begged him not to kill her. Yeah, funny. Live translation getting risque, I see. Yes, I am that kind of guy. I'm a little rusty on the whole streaming thing. I haven't been streaming gaming anything on Twitch either in the past couple of months. Really, I'm lacking the time. You know, YouTube is not my my work. It's not my thing. So it's not my everyday thing. So I'm lacking time. I would love to do so much more on YouTube and on Twitch and gaming, but life. Not gonna lie, among all these horrific monsters in the series, the worst thing I witnessed was death of Grisha's sister. That says a lot about humans, how their shocking monstrosity stopped the Titans. Yes, I agree. I totally agree with what you're saying here. Now, I have a question for you guys, because I'm answering a lot of questions and I'm sharing my opinion, but I would like you to tell me if there are some things that you've seen in my reactions and that you feel that I misunderstood and that you would like me to understand right now. Because this is the moment, guys. If you have anything to tell me about things that I didn't understand or anything, that's the moment to do so. Some people have done that in the comment section. Thank you very much to them, because, you know, there are some things that, like I said, I watched an episode, and before doing the post-reaction discussion, there are things that I didn't see or quite caught upon. I rewatch the episode before I do the review part. But then there are some things I still don't understand, maybe. So if you have anything to tell me that I didn't understand, or did you want to tell me that I'm wrong or anything, please do it now. That's the moment to do it. Not gonna lie, no, already read it. If you could join, which core would you join? Are you in the same research core as Eren? I would totally be in the survey core. I would totally be in there. I'm for those of you who don't know, okay, so that's gonna be difficult for some of you. I did studies in cinema, as I said, a lot. So that's why I'm so interested into the filmmaking and the writing of the show. But I'm also a science student in physics. So, you know, getting out there, searching for answers, searching for things, discovering new stuff, that's my thing. And so the survey core would totally be my thing. Tatakai. Humans are monsters when they stop seeing each other as humans. Yeah. Well, it's not so much about humans. It's when they stop it's when they stop considering life in a very broad sense, in my opinion. But I totally understand with what you're saying, Amir. Who is your most favorite? Okay. If I could be any character, I would totally be Levi. We are approximately the same height. I think I'm a little taller than him. Maybe 5 centimeters taller than him. But maybe, yeah, I can totally relate to him. And he's so badass. As much as I would like Anzi to be my wife, if I were to be a character, it would be Levi. Name 3 characters you think will die in part 2. 3 characters I think will die. I think it would be really fitting if Eren died. because I feel he's that sort of character that have a place in the story where the story is not entirely done until this character is dead. You know, I feel like as long as Eren is going to be alive, there's still always going to be something to be done. So for the story to come to an end, I feel like Eren has to come to an end too. Maybe Anji or Levi should die. But I have well, there's that thing about the 13 years. You know, Eren is coming. Yeah, Eren has 13 years to live. Maybe 7, something like that now. Maybe, I'm not sure. So, you know, there's that going on too. But yeah, 2 other characters, maybe Anji or Levi, and 1 other character, maybe Flock. But what other character I may not be thinking about? Oh, Reiner maybe. I forgot about. Maybe Reiner. It can go both ways with Reiner. Either Reiner is going to live a peaceful life, or either he's going to die. But in both ways, I think that the character deserves some peace. You know, either peace by death or peace, having a tranquil life. But then again, the guy has the 13-year limit stuff going on. So yeah. Favorite and least favorite characters, mine or Levi and Gabi. Levi is my favorite character. My least favorite character right now, it's difficult because here's the thing. It's a tie for me between Gabi and Eren. I'll tell you why. Because I'm not liking the way Eren is portrayed. Not necessarily what he's doing, although I totally disapprove of what he's doing, but it has much more something to do about the way that Eren is portrayed in the anime right now. His look, his behavior overall. I'm not enjoying it at all. And then Gabi, obviously, because Gabi is so indoctrinated and everything that it's unbearable. But at the end of the day, they're great characters. They're interesting ones, you know. But I'm not enjoying them. My favorite part of the show is the line said by the guy who killed Grish's sister. Really highlights the irony of how people react to the nature of the show. Yeah. Hello, you. Hello, welcome. I'm wrong. Yeah. Okay, so there's a lot of text coming in, guys. I'm not able to read them all. I'm sorry. Do you think that Eren is free? No. It's part of the human condition. Nobody is ever free. Everybody is a slave to something. That's what I said during the show. I see what Eren obviously is saying by I'm free. He's saying that there's no one commanding me. But then he's tackling Mikasa, you know, for being kind of a slave to her nature, to her deep nature. But so is everyone. So I'm pissed at Eren for tackling Mikasa on this. Now, I have to say something. Is he telling this because maybe he wants to alienate them because he doesn't want to endanger them by having them coming anywhere near him? Maybe there's that. Or maybe, indeed, he doesn't want anything anymore to do with them. We'll have to wait and see. Your animation is always fun and looks, I support it to you best. Thank you, Marvel, thank you. Who has the best character arc, what do you think? Who has the best character arc? Reiner has the best character arc in my opinion. The others have been quite linear, while Reiner has really been... But it namely has to do with with the fact that he is responsible for a lot of the trauma in the show, and I find it, and it may have to do with a personal preference, but I find it more compelling to see how a character deals with the weight of their decisions than how a character can cope with what's been happening to them. Because Mikasa, Eren, Armin, it's just that things have happened to them and you see how they're reacting to it. While Rainer, he's done things and then he's become aware of what he's done, then he has to deal with it. I find it more interesting that way. I also hate Connie. Why do you hate Connie? Eren, yeah, I've heard Eren even called it in the manga. Okay. What is justice for you when you see Attack on Titan? What is justice for me? I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm not that much seeking justice. I'm just seeking what I want in life. I said, because justice is a... So there's two things to justice. There's the societal concept of justice, where the system tells you what justice is. But then there is the real justice, the one that you could say is absolute, the divine justice, if you could say so. But then nobody can really grasp it, because who is to say what is what in the end of the day? Are you excited for today's episode when I will do Tatake with Marley? I will do Tatake. I'm excited for Season 4 Part 2. I'm excited to see how it all concludes. I'm not going to be watching the episode today. I'm most probably going to be starting to watch it all next weekend. So maybe there's going to be 1 week with no Attack on Titan, 1 week or two. I'm not exactly sure, because I kind of would like to wrap up on editing Squid Game and everything as well. I've got a major love and hate relationship with Zeke. Kind of the same. I said in 5 minutes, I'm looking forward to it now. Well, no spoilers, but do tell me if you loved it or if you hated it. I'd be really curious to know how people are starting to receive that show. So have a nice viewing for all of you guys who are going to watch it in Japan. Thank you very much for popping up. I'm not going to hold you any longer. Go watch Attack on Titan live. But we still have to wait like 6 hours for this. It's only going to be on Crunchyroll Premium, or can I watch it for free? I think it's only going to be on Crunchyroll Premium. It'd be stupid not to have it on Premium. Divine Justice, what's that? The Divine Justice is, if there were to be a god, I'm not necessarily believing that there's a god, but I want to say like the real justice, but I'm not sure it even exists, so Marali, of course, you can watch for free. Well, you could watch for free if you were to live in Japan. Things that I'm going to talk a little slower because I've been talking quite a lot and fast here. Something that I may have said that was wrongly perceived is that I said that Eren was acting out of anger. Now, one should not confuse the reason to do something and why or how you're doing it. Obviously Eren, his goal is to free people from pain. I don't know why I'm looking at the screen. I should be looking here. Sorry. Eren's goal is to free people from pain. How does he decide to do this? The euthanization plan. And then, with what is he really doing this? And it's still anger. It's still the frustration of losing his parents. It's still the frustration of seeing people suffer in the world. It is still all of this. Obviously, he's acting quite composed. He's acting quite, methodically. He has a plan that he tries to put out there. He wants to act, for the good of the people. He really has that drive. But at the end of the day, he's feeling like this because of all the pain that he's suffered himself, and he's angry about it. Do not dare tell me that Eren is not angry about all of this, and that he's moved on from it. He is not moved on. That is totally why he's not my favorite character arc, because the character has been always the same. He's done different stuff. I'm not saying he's done always the same thing. He's done different stuff, he's had different drives and everything. But at the core of himself, Eren's always been the same. While Armin has not always been the same, Mikasa has not always been the same, Reiner has not always been the same, Bertolt has not always been the same. It's but Eren at the core of himself has always been the same as he'd been 10 years ago. Fire everywhere! Fire everywhere, everybody. Garcia Man 345. I'm from Brazil. Hi, welcome, nice to see you. Attack on Titan is a epic anime. Yes, it is. Fire everywhere, everybody. Hello, One Piece, nice to see you. You'll hate Gabby in the next season too. She is so annoying. Well, Gabby is a tough character. Look at me, boy. Enjoy 3 minutes in 3 minutes, yeah. I'm gonna be... I think I'm gonna... I didn't want to extend the chat while it was broadcasting in Japan, but you know what? We're gonna stick around as long as there's something to say. I'm not in live a lot, so... Well, his hairstyle, yeah. He's changed. No, yeah. It's... Eren is... He doesn't get a reaction from me anymore. And namely, Season 4 Part 1 didn't get so much of a reaction from me because it's all kind of just wait and see. And this is why I think that Season 4 Part 1 is badly written, because pace-wise, it's just a whole bunch of wait and see. Season 4 Part 1 is wait and see. The broadcast started in Japan. It was fun to hear a lot of comments. Thank you very much now for being here, and enjoy the episode. Trust me, Eren has changed. You don't know the full story. Well, that's why I say wait and see. Right now, I'm not seeing much change really regarding what he's being changed. I have to wait and see, obviously. We'll see at the end of the anime how he's feeling and everything. So, wait, can we watch it somewhere if we don't live in Japan? Well, on Crunchyroll, but... So... But overall, yeah, regardless of how Eren has changed or not, I'm not a big fan of the way he's being depicted in Season 4 Part 1. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not a fan of it at all. Because, there's a lot of cold characters in shows and everything, but still they give you something. They give you something to chew on, and Eren gives you nothing. And as much as it can't be a decision writing-wise from the mangaka, it can also be some sort of lazy writing. To me, Season 4 Part 1 has really been a lazy writing, because Season 1 and Season 2, there was a lot of things that were at stake writing-wise that the people who are writing the show, doing the show, editing the show and everything, have been throwing at you, and it's like, it's either going to work or not going to work, but they're taking a danger, you know, they're taking a risk. They're playing poker. They're playing poker in season 1, season 2, and you're gonna see by the end of the season if that's gonna work, you know. They're taking risks, and I think that's fantastic. But then in season 4, part 1, I do not feel like there's been taken any risks writing-wise. And that's why I say it's wait and see, because so far I can't say it's either gonna work or not. There's nothing that feels really compelling to me. You know, obviously there's epic scenes, obviously characters have epic lines and stuff like that, but writing-wise, there's nothing at stakes. Writing-wise, obviously in the story there are stakes and everything, but writing-wise, on the way that the show is written and everything, there's no real danger intellectually, mentally, on the exercise, on the way that the show is written. So it's why I feel like season 4 part 1 is kind of lazy writing. But yeah. Do you want to release a reaction video for part 2? Yes, I will. We'll most probably start next weekend, or maybe then the week after this. Fred Mercury, nice to see you. From Sao Paulo, Brazil. I love your content. Thank you very much. I love you being here. Thank you. Obrigado. Obrigado. Thank you. Yeah. If you had to compare IoT to live action series, what would you compare it to? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I don't know at all. I don't know. Sorry for this disappointing answer. Declaration of War and Assault were badass episode. Assault was probably the best episode alongside Hero in the entire show. Okay, but rest of part 1 was kind of boring. I could agree with that. I really enjoyed Willie Tyber's character. I really enjoyed that character. I really did. It will be out at 5, then okay. Okay. The opening of final season part 2 is so cool. I want to see it. Have they released it in advance? Have they released it on social media or something like that? For example, it's The Walking Dead of anime or Game of Thrones of anime. So I've not watched any of these shows, but I know what they are made of, and okay, I could totally see it. Yeah, I could totally see it. You'd be quite right. Loki, for a moment, I was about to say it's kind of like any other battle royale movies or shows, or because for a moment I was thinking about Squid Game, but it's because I'm editing Squid Game at the moment. So, but it's not. Plot-wise, it's not really as twisty as Squid Game, so... But yeah, regarding the twist in Attack on Titan, sometimes they are quite lazy. And... Because to me, not disclosing an information and then revealing it without ever letting the audience feel like there was something more is not a plot twist. You know, it's lazy it's lazy writing to me. If you're going to do a plot twist, you must let the audience know that there's something more going on. And sometimes it's not doing that, and it's just popping it out of the blue. I understand why they decide to do so, because it's new, it's different, and it's original, and it takes you by surprise. But I feel like it's lazy writing. That's what I say when there's no danger in the writing sometimes in Attack on Titan. It's because they're not putting themselves out there, and they're not wavering a little flag saying, oh, there's something going on, and prepare to be surprised, and then they surprise you, and the surprise is bigger than what you'd be expecting. They're not doing that. Most of the time it's just, oh, you didn't see it, surprise. See, it's kind of like how I do live streams, you know. It doesn't matter if the stream is great or not. But if I'm not telling you if there's going to be a stream, and then I'm streaming just like today, it's kind of a thing, but it's okay. Well, if maybe 3 days ago I told you I'm going to be live streaming in the days to come, be aware, you know, and then I pop up a live stream when you don't expect it exactly, but you know it knew it was coming, it's way more exciting. I don't see if you see what I mean, the comparison. I think changing the focus to Mare and completely shifting Eren character are major writing risks by Dota in relation to how the fans would react. I strongly disagree with your opinion on it. These are dangerous things to do, but what he's doing with it, I don't find it really dangerous. I agree with you, it's dangerous things to do, but it's more of an editorial risk. You know, it's more of an editorial risk than a writing risk. Because once he's decided to start with Mare and to start with Eren, shifting like this, the way he's carrying it on is not really risky. He's just doing it and there's nothing really more to it, really. So it's more an editorial decision that's risky, and I agree with you, it's risky. But it's more of an editorial decision, line of conduct decision, you know, than a writing risk. Sick and Eren does not want to kill all the aliens. Yeah, so that's something that I misunderstood at first, but then I understand now it's not. They don't want to kill living people, they just want to prevent any more to be born. And I'm kind of okay with that. It's a plan. Why are Erwin's eyebrows your favorite aspect of it? Erwin's eyebrows are fantastic. I'll be watching your reactions anyway, but this will be the first time we're all watching the seasonal release. Yes, it will be. That's exciting. Which of the 9 Titans do you like better? Which giant do you want to be? The Attack Titan is fantastic, but okay, so look-wise, the Warhammer Titan. It's a tie between the Attack Titan, Eren's Attack Titan, and the Warhammer Titan. But I would say the Warhammer Titan, but then at the end of the day, the Founding Titan is the most important one, so. But the Beast Titan is pretty cool, but I think it's just cool because of what Zeke's doing out of it. Not the Titan itself, but what Zeke is doing as a Titan is cool. Every plot twist in Attack on Titan that hints towards, but just on those histories. Yes, so that's what I said earlier, is that the story, everything makes sense, you know, but the show is not waving the flag, and to me it's not compelling enough. So obviously, you know, when there's that revelation, as an example, that Annie is the female Titan, it makes sense, you know. It makes sense, and obviously, when you know that she's the female Titan, you get, you know, the hair, you get things. There are hints towards, well, not, here's the thing, there are hints, no, it's not even hints, it's just that the story is cohesive, you know, the story is cohesive, so there's things that are bound to happen and to be like and to be portrayed like. But the show is not specifically aiming your focus as an audience towards those hints, what it should be, in my opinion. Did you really just finish watching AOT a few days ago? No, I finished 3 weeks ago, maybe. Just before Christmas. Which intro outro is your favorite? I'm not. So I watch the outros at least once or twice, but I do not watch it all the time, so I can't say. But in the intro, would have to be season 1 or season 2. Season 2, part 1, maybe the first one. But the first one I think is fantastic. The first season. Especially when you're not binging. Yeah, but the thing regarding the hints is, it's what I said earlier too. It's to me there is a basic level of understanding you should be able to grasp while watching the show on the first time, and if you're, because someone said that before. Someone said, I didn't like season 4 part 1, but then rewatching it I enjoyed it and it was good. Well, then that tells me that either you're a shitty audience, because that's a possibility, or either the writing was not well done, because I think you should be able to enjoy a season on the first go and then enjoy it more when you're watching it again. But regarding the hints, it's not hints to me. A hint, the show has to be like, wink, wink, look at that, and the show is not like that. The show is just doing things coherently. It's cohesive. So when you're telling me Annie is the female Titan, it makes sense. It makes sense. But the show hasn't been like, look at that. So that's why I'm lazy. It's lazy writing. Because the story is complex, but the storytelling is lazy. Most of the time in Attack on Titan. It's not always like that, but most of the time. Warhammer Titan is the strongest beside the Founding Titan and the Colossal. Oh yes, there's a Colossal Titan too. I'd forgotten for a moment about the Colossal Titan, sorry. Eren has the Warhammer Titan as well, so that would be interesting. I'm from Brazil. Hey, lots of Brazilian people here. Obrigado. Nice to see you. How come there's lots of Brazilian people here? That's great, that's fantastic. Goes the episode come out at lunchtime. Okay. That doesn't make it lazy writing though. So when I say lazy writing, Sean, I'm namely talking about the telling of the story, not how the story is. Because obviously the Attack on Titan story is very complex and the characters are complex, but the way that they are being told, that the story is being told, it's... I find there's a lot of drawbacks on the plot twists, on the revelations, on the monologues, on the way the characters are portrayed. I find there's a lot of good things too. There's a lot of I don't know, but right now I have the drawbacks in my mind. So, well, Warhammer Titan being the strongest besides Founded seems like a joke, considering it took Eren 1 episode to defeat it. True as fuck. When I rewatched part 1, I enjoyed it way more first time. Seems like I was just trying to finish it, and it's the same for many people. Yeah, so regarding the Warhammer Titan, somebody in the comment section of one of the videos said something quite relevant that in hindsight, I totally agree with. Is that the Warhammer Titan has never been on the battlefield before. It's most likely that this lady who was the Warhammer Titan just inherited it, and she trained maybe a bit, but she never really went to war with it, and so it may have been the first time she was confronting another Titan and everything, while Eren has the experience of fighting the Colossal Titan, the Armored Titan, and other things, and then regarding part 1, I think if you're watching a show and you feel like it's become, tedious to get through it, and then you're joining just the second time because you understand what's happening, to me it tells me that there's something that's not working. If maybe you're the only one, maybe the problem comes from you. But if maybe many people feel that way, maybe it's coming from the writing then. I think there's a little bit of variety is the mystery. Like in the beginning, we didn't know any more about the Titans than the people in the show, and we learned as the characters learned. And like most shows, we tell you the secrets beforehand, and then watch and the character find it out Yeah. We kind of have a lost scenario here. Where, there's a lot of mysteries, and a mystery, in my opinion, is only as great as the revelation. A mystery is only as great as the revelation, and the mystery that they instilled at the beginning of season 4, first of all, it's not so interesting, but then we have to see in season 2 how they're going to resolve it all. And then we'll be able to tell if the mystery was indeed worthy or not. I have to pop out, sadly, but enjoy the rest. Thank you very much for showing up. Everybody, big round of applause for my wonderful moderator, Brayden. Nice. Thank you for being here. We'll see you soon. Eren has probably destroyed Mali by now. Anyways, see ya. It's night for me. I might have to get up early to watch it. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much. It's been nice having you, and I'll be seeing you soon. But yeah, so like I said, I think what they've decided to do for season 4 part 1 is not, it's a matter of personal preference. It's not my cup of tea. But then I think, because not necessarily because of what the characters are doing, if Eren wants to go to war, it's technically wise, technically wise, yeah. On a technical standpoint, it's okay, but editorially, I think it was not a good thing to do, because this is the final season. If we had maybe a 5th season coming up, I would have been okay with it. But because this is the final season, I'm not okay with it. Because I feel like we are rushing things, and I feel like we are bypassing on issues of character relationships and story resolutions that could have been more developed, instead of introducing new characters and having to deal with a whole lot of new relationships and everything. I'm dreading that the season 4 part 2 will definitely feel rushed. So yeah, so that's mainly why I do not enjoy part 1 that much. It's because I'm not feeling like it's gonna be a final season. I'm having the problem, there's kind of the same problem right now with The Expanse. I'm watching The Expanse, and I kind of have the same problem right now. You're going to be the only person in the world to hate the biggest plot twist in part 2. I'm gonna see. We're gonna see the plot twist. Yet again, I'm not saying that the show is not doing things coherently. It's the show is super coherent. How could it not be coherent? It's from, first of all, it's from a written work of fiction, so it can only be coherent. But yeah, it's in the way that the things are portrayed in the show that I think are not so well done at times. But I've heard there may be a movie after this. I don't know if it's official. Yeah, but if they're gonna do a movie later on, I do not feel like it should be an excuse for rushing what they're delivering to us. Especially since they're deciding to deliver us 2 parts. I think it should be all considered when you're crafting a show. It should be considered that way when you're crafting a show, especially when you're doing it on different media then, because obviously an anime and a movie are not the same thing. I think they should be more considerate regarding things. It's kind of like Star Wars, you know, considering the sequel trilogy, episode 7, 8, and 9. When you're considering the books, when you're considering the extended universe, if you want to, when you're considering the series and everything becomes coherent because what's missing from one is answered in another one. So the story of Star Wars and the sequels is very coherent. But the movies in themselves, 7, 8, and 9, are not coherent at all when you're watching only them, while they should have been because they're one unity of content. And it feels kind of that way with, well, if YouTube you're saying is true, they're doing this and there's a movie coming up, if it doesn't feel coherent, you know, just the series in itself and then the movie in itself, one shouldn't be an excuse for filling the blanks for the other one. Don't you think you draw your conclusion way too early considering you don't even know the ending yet? I'm not drawing a conclusion. I'm saying it feels rushed to me, and like I've been saying since the beginning of the stream, season 4 part 1 is a wait and see. So I'm waiting and I'm gonna see season 4 part 2 before obviously I make a conclusion. It will be set before season 4 part 2 okay, so I don't know, Shane Rhino, you agree? I'm not exactly sure what you agree with because I've said a lot of things, but thank you very much. Yeah, here's the other thing. When I watch Attack on Titan, I'm not ever really absolute. I'm never absolute on what I say and everything. I just tell you things as I see them. I'm conscious enough that there's still things to be done and things to be heard, things to be said by the show. I'm conscious enough of that to tell you that I may be wrong and we'll have to see. But I just tell you things how I see them at the moment. But I only tell you about this. I'm not telling you more than that. You know, an idea and a conclusion are only as good as the information you're provided. So I can only tell you based on what I'm being provided by the show. So that's probably where the manga comes in, providing more context. But here's the thing. The manga should not be... Well, the manga could be here to provide more context, you know, more details and everything. Just like if I want to take the Hunger Games, just like the books are providing more information than the movies, obviously, and any other work of fiction that's being adapted, you know, adapted. But for Attack on Titan, the manga should not be here to provide or to fix plot holes or to fix lacks in any form in the storytelling of the anime. The anime should suffice to itself to understand everything that's going on. Now, when I say to understand everything that's going on, I'm not saying that the show should tell you everything, because obviously you still need to keep some room for the audience to read between the lines for themselves and, you know, to decipher, and even on some matters, you know, to make their own opinion on stuff. But the anime should give you all of the necessary tools for the audience to be able to experience that and to do that. And the manga should not be here to fill any sort of lack in that regard. That's the same for any work of fiction, really, at the end of the day. In my opinion, at least. but I'm most probably sure everybody in the industry may agree. Since everybody is doing is, humans are a way to expect a work of fiction to be done, and you have to deliver it, otherwise you're not in line, and then your point doesn't get across. Because as much as you want to be doing things a certain way, you still have to keep in mind that the most important thing is that what you want to do is getting across people. And if it doesn't, then it's all pointless, really. So yeah, so here's where I start on Attack on Titan at the moment. My interest is still, way over the roof, but my enjoyment of it has downgraded this season. But because it's a whole just wait and see. Because in season 1, season 2, and season 3, things were happening now, and what you were seeing were things as they basically were. But in part 1, it's you're seeing something happen, but you can't trust that it's the end game. You have to wait and see the next scene to see if that's the end game or not. So the pace is, yeah. And by the way, character-wise, I would definitely like to see Annie out of the crystal too. It would be great, because it's really been. It's funny because I didn't realize it till a couple of days ago, but it's been. Annie's been in that crystal like for the longest time, for like the whole show. Like at the end of the day, Annie has only been a character in the show in season 1, and she's not even in every episode. It's surprising to me how big of a character she is, while being at the end of the day relatively non-existent in the show. It's funny. So I hope that she's gonna get out of the crystal. She has to get out of the crystal in part 2. Fapa, do you ever plan on reading the manga? Yes, I absolutely am. I was talking about it earlier. The problem is that in France you only find it in French, and I would love to read it in Japanese. So I need to work on my Japanese, and I need to be able to lay hand on Japanese collections. Because I think it would be so cool to have if I'm going to read the manga, I feel like I should read it as it was taught, because when you're reading translations or watching things with translations, when you do not speak the language, you obviously lose some things in translation. So yeah. Aaron, nice to see you. Welcome. Yogurt. So it's so yeah, I'm not going to read the manga right now, because I think I need to work on my Japanese first, but I would love to read them in Japanese. So did I miss any comments, any comments that I couldn't read before because you guys have been it's been rolling down? No, I think it's quite okay. What I'm looking forward to in season for part I would love the end to be a real end. So apparently you're telling me that there may be a movie coming up, but I would love the end of the anime to be a real ending and not. Because here's the thing about series in general is that sometimes there's an ending and it doesn't feel like an ending because there's still shit that can go on. You just resolve an issue, but there's still other issues that could pop up later. That's why I say that, in my opinion, okay, so either Eren and other meaningful characters like him should die, or either they should bring their plan to fruition or find another solution, but it should be resolved and there shouldn't be any more room for any more problems to pop up after the fact for me to have a satisfying ending to Attack on Titan. John Luis Ordonia. Fun fact, the map of Marley and Paradis is an upside down map of Africa. Marley is the African continent and Paradise is Madagascar. I'm from Madagascar, by the way. That's fun. Marley map. Let's see this. Oh, damn! You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right, and Izuru and the rest. In fact, it's a map of the world, but upside down. Yeah, because you could see kind of Australia or the United States. Yeah. Which makes which reminds me that the very first episode, the name of the episode is "To You in 2,000 Years," and it opens up like a book. So I don't know. I'm waiting to see if they're going to do something with this by the end of the season 4 part 2. No spoilers. Do not spoil me anything. But yeah, it's an upside down map. You're totally right. I've just watched episode 1 of final season 2. I wanted to watch it too. I'll wait for your reaction video. Yeah, it will come up next weekend or maybe the beginning of the week after this. I'll try to do it as fast as I can, but life. But yeah, it's a map of the world. The Elden language is Japanese, but I'm saying, you see, so we don't need to be looking too much to do exotic stuff. It's fantastic. But yeah, since the very first episode is called To You in 1,000 Years, I'm wondering if there's something that's going to be done with that. And by the way, we've lost the narrator. I'm sad about this. We've lost the narrator. She was in season 1, season 2. We lost her in season 3, I believe, part 1. Then she came back in season 3, part 2. And then in season 4, she's not there. Yes, I can't wait to watch it. Is it already live on Crunchyroll then, maybe? I don't know. Let's see if it's already on Crunchyroll. Okay, I can't watch it right now. Okay, I have to log in and everything. I'll do it later. But yeah, it's it's exciting. It's exciting to be watching it at the same time as all of you guys. When I first decided to get into Attack on Titan, I knew there was an awful lot of episodes and it felt like it would take eons. But no, we're here. Finally, it's done, and I'm so glad I got to experience it with you. I'm so glad that I didn't watch it earlier than. And I'm sad at the same time because it's pretty great. So so yes. So if the broadcast is done, I'm most probably going to pop off myself. Any last questions regarding what I could have said on the show that you would want me to clarify? Because that's the moment. If you want to tell me that I didn't understand something, or if you want me to clarify something infuriating that I may have said, or anything else, that's the moment to do so. You could always ask me on Discord. I'm more likely to answer you on Discord than on in the comment section, because there's a lot of comments and I can't entertain discussions over there. But on Discord, that's something that's totally doable. The link is down below in the description box. And if there's nothing anymore to say, I'm gonna leave. Get on with life. What do you think about how this battle ends? I don't know how it could end. That's why I say that the show is the show in itself is, it's a wait and see, because it can't go either way really. You could conclude it with the death of everybody, you could conclude it with the death of nobody, you could conclude it with the Marleyan people being all dead and the Eldian people just leaving it, or you could conclude it with the Eldian people being sterilized and the plan is there, but then, you know, the Marleyan people that are living here, there's still life to go on with them. It's could end any way possible. So nothing but goodbye. Have the best of your day. Have a good rest of your day. Sorry. Yeah, I can't read. I'm stupid. Thank you very much for being here, Mr. Randy. I'm gonna see you soon. Eren dead, Mikasa killed Eren, Levi killed Zig. Fuck, I killed your brother. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be staying away from spoilers as much as I can, but it's gonna be interesting. Thank you very much. Mike Zimp, thank you for being here. Thank you very much. YouTube, thank you very much. Sean, thank you. Aaron, thank you very much. If I'm not saying your name, thank you very much. So yes, I'm gonna be seeing you for my reaction. Do you have an AOT favorite soundtrack? Well, yes, I do. I'm gonna play it. I don't know if I can get copyrighted for this, or so I'm just gonna be talking over it, but normally you can hear it. So okay, that's gonna be it, because otherwise I'm gonna be copyright striked. But yeah, okay, so what else? The AOT opening is that, yeah, so I didn't watch, just before I go, I didn't watch any teasers, I didn't watch any trailers, I didn't watch any video whatsoever regarding Season 4 Part 2. I know some of you guys asked me to react to the trailer, but I didn't want to, because I want to be totally blind to what's going to come up. So I'm not going to watch anything, and I'm gonna react it as soon as I can, because I know that that it's gonna come up on YouTube and reactions, and people are all gonna be like, ah! And it's gonna pop up in my feed, and then, because I watch other reactors obviously, and yes, so, but I'm gonna try to do it as soon as I can. Is it on Crunchyroll? If anybody right here can tell me if it's on Crunchyroll. When is it supposed to be on Crunchyroll? Tomorrow? I don't know. Hey, see you soon, Raiden. So when is it supposed to be on Crunchyroll? Let me see that. After it airs. Okay, yes, so it most probably won't be before tomorrow because it still needs to air in the Western countries before it hits Crunchyroll. So yeah, I won't be able to see it at least before tomorrow. I see the poster for the finals. The poster is fire. The poster is really cool. The poster is really nice, I have to say. My favorite is for Gleaming Cafe. Yeah, well, yeah. Is it going to be tomorrow? Release date January 8 as Pacific. UK. Okay, so it's in simulcast. Yeah, it's gonna be it in the next 24 hours. So I'm gonna be watching it as soon as I can. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Tuesday. But I'm gonna try to get the video out at least by the end of next week. So yeah. Episode just finished airing. Haven't watched it yet, but the opening looks amazing. I'm really looking forward to the opening. I'm a sucker for openings. And at first, Season 4 Part 1 opening didn't find it really cool, but by the end, yeah, it grew on me. So yeah. So I'm gonna go, people. Thank you very much for showing up. It's been a real pleasure. It's been a real delight to discuss with all of you. I'm gonna be seeing you for my reaction soon. Until then, please take care. Have a nice year, by the way. It's the start of the year. Be safe. It's important. And yeah, I'm gonna be seeing you next week. It's gonna be live reactions too. Be on the lookout for all of my other reactions. I'm just gonna be reacting to Attack on Titan right now. Finish editing Squid Game because I'm late on this. I would like to finish Squid Game, and then I'm gonna pop off on most probably the Book of Boba Fett because I need to do the Book of Boba Fett. And I want to do the Book of Boba Fett. I'm a big Star Wars fan, and since I don't have time right now to do YouTube, I'm holding back on watching the Book of Boba Fett, but I want to do it on YouTube too. So there's gonna be that, and obviously Attack on Titan. We're gonna keep going Attack on Titan, guys. Start thinking about what anime could I watch next. Maybe I'm gonna do One Punch Man Season 2. Because I still have to do this one. But if you have any suggestions of anime I should be watching after Attack on Titan, our next big adventure, start thinking about it, start recommending me, send me DMs if you want, comment sections, tag me on social media, whatever. Because I would like to know what is going to be next after we are done with Attack on Titan, really. So yeah, but I think I may be doing One Punch Man Season 2, I think. Yeah. So thank you very much. I'm going to be seeing you soon. Until then, please take care. Have a nice life. And I'm going to be seeing you soon. Bye.